माननीय गणमान्य अतिथिगण मंच पर पधार रहे हैं। सभी गणमान्य व्यक्तियों से निवेदन है कि विश्वविद्यालयी कुलगीत के लिए अपने स्थान पर खड़े हों।
Kindly remain standing for the university anthem.
Please be seated. Good morning, one and all. The Central University of Kerala Fraternity welcomes you to its 6th convocation ceremony. May I invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Central University of Kerala, Professor H. Venkateshwarlu, to present bouquets to the chief guest of the day, Dr. Subhash Sarkar, Honorable Minister of State for Education, and to our guest of honor, Shri V. Muralidharan, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs. May I now request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to deliver the welcome address.
Honorable Minister of State for Education, I request all the students to settle down, please. Please make it fast. I request all the students to settle down. Honorable Minister of State for Education, Dr. Subhash Sarkarji, Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs, Sri V. Muralidharanji, Executive Council members, deans, faculty members, non-teaching staff, scholars, distinguished invitees, media, and my dear students. I am happy to invite and welcome you all to the 6th convocation of the Central University of Kerala. The Central University of Kerala is gracefully indebted to Dr. Subhash Sarkarji, the Honorable Minister of State for Education, for guiding the university from time to time and by providing the necessary support. Thank you very much, sir, for your kind support. Dr. Subhash Sarkarji is a social activist and has been associated with different organizations like Ramakrishna Mission, Bharat Sevashram Sangha, Vidya Bharati, and so on. Let us all welcome Subhash Sarkarji. Please give him a big hand. Our Honorable Chief Guest, please give him a big hand, please. Thank you. Thank you. Muralidharanji, we are very thankful to you. Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs, who has been a great support and has been the mentor for the Central University of Kerala. His extreme support is instrumental for the university to scale up further in its growth trajectory. I extend my kind regards to the Honorable Minister of Education, Dharmendra Pradhanji, Chancellor of the University, Professor Sheshagir Raoji, and most importantly, the Visitor of our University, Srimati Draupadi, Honorable President of India. The Central University of Kerala is driven by the sense of knowledge, wisdom, and values. We are consistently striving to draw the human potential for building a responsible society. The university has come a long way from 2009 to 2023 in its journey of 13 years. In all, we have spent a little more than 400 crores on infrastructure and on human resources since the inception. The university is marching ahead with rigor and deep urge for scholarship. The university has carried out 200 research projects. The university has 1 million square feet of space to accommodate academic departments and administration. The university has 85 science and other laboratories, a common computer lab, health center, and a COVID-19 lab. E. Sridharan Center for Life Skills, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Center for Extension Services, and CUK Mission for Health and Development are the unique programs of the university. Ambedkar Center for Excellence is being run in the university to help SC students to prepare for the civil services. The university regularly organizes distinguished lecture series wherein Nobel laureates and other eminent scientists across the country and the globe are invited to deliver lectures to the students. The performance of students in national exams such as GATE, UGC JRF, and other competitive examinations has been on the steady rise. I am happy to announce that the university is accredited with NAC A grade. Congratulations to all the students, faculty, and also non-teaching staff, the scholars. And at Central University of Kerala, Swami Vivekananda's life, ideals, and values are the inspiration and guiding force. Our core values, inclusiveness and mutual respect, are meticulously followed. We have achieved significant progress, but we have miles and miles to go to make the dream of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, India a Vishwaguru. Two main requirements on the campus. I request the Honorable Ministers to note here on this occasion, I would like to place before the two Honorable Ministers that are very much required. The university requires one common instrumentation facility. We are lacking on that. We request the Honorable Ministers to look into it, and also a sports facility. I request the Honorable Minister of Education to kindly support the Khelo India proposal submitted to the Ministry of Sports, where we can go for a full-fledged football stadium. Kerala loves football. So we need to have a wonderful football stadium. I think with the help of Ministry of Education and Ministry of Sports, we should be able to realize in a year or in a couple of years. And my congratulations to all the graduates, all the postgraduates and the doctorates and diploma holders who are receiving the degree today. Congratulations to the parents too. Congratulations to the entire Central University of Kerala family. My dear students, I am sure your entry into the society as the Central University of Kerala products will be purposive, meaningful, and value-oriented. With this, once again, I welcome Honorable Ministers to the 6th convocation and all the guest students who are present here. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. May I invite the Registrar, Central University of Kerala, Dr. M. Muralidharan Nambiar, to request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor H. Venkateshwarlu, to declare on behalf of the Honorable Chancellor the 6th convocation ceremony of the Central University of Kerala open.
Vice Chancellor, sir, I request you to declare the 6th convocation of the Central University of Kerala open.
I hereby declare the 6th convocation of the Central University of Kerala open.
We'll now move on to the ceremony of conferment of degrees to the successful candidates. In view of the absence of the Honorable Chancellor, may I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to ask for the candidates presented.
Let the candidates be presented.
The deans of various schools will now present their candidates. The students of the respective schools will stand holding out their hands when the officiating Chancellor is admitting them. Professor K. Arun Kumar, School of Biological Sciences. The candidates of the School of Biological Sciences may stand up.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 213 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Science under the School of Biological Sciences, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor V. Balachandran, School of Business Studies. The candidates of the School of Business Studies may stand up.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 179 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the Master of Business Administration, Master of Commerce and International Business, and MBA Tourism and Travel Management under the School of Business Studies, to which I pray that may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor Muthukumar Muthuchami, School of Earth Science Systems. The candidates of the School of Earth Science Systems may stand up.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 90 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the Master of Science under the School of Earth Science Systems, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor D. Swamikannan, School of Economics. I request the candidates of the School of Economics to stand up.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 55 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Arts under the School of Economics, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor Amrutji Kumar, School of Education. I request the candidates of the School of Education to stand up and also stretch your hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 72 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Education, PG Diploma and Certificate under the School of Education, to which I pray that they may be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor K. J. Prasad, School of Global Studies. I request the candidates of the School of Global Studies to stand up and stretch out their hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 113 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts and Bachelor of Arts under the School of Global Studies, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor V. Rajiv, School of Languages and Comparative Literature. I request the candidates of the School of Languages and Comparative Literature to stand up and stretch out their hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 294 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Arts under the School of Languages and Comparative Literature, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Dr. J. Shankar K.I., School of Legal Studies. The candidates, School of Legal Studies, may now stand up and stretch their hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 37 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Master of Law under the School of Legal Studies, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor Govindarao Dudukuri, School of Medicine and Public Health. The candidates of the School of Medicine and Public Health may now stand up and stretch out their hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 116 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Master of Science, PG Diploma and Master of Public Health under the School of Medicine and Public Health, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor Vincent Matthew, School of Physical Sciences. The candidates, School of Physical Sciences, may now stand up and stretch out their hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present to you 236 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Master of Science under the School of Physical Sciences, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor Mohan A.K., School of Social Sciences. The candidates of the School of Social Sciences may now stand up and stretch out their hands.
Chancellor Sir, I present you 141 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Arts and Master of Social Work under the School of Social Sciences, to which I pray that they may now be admitted.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
The candidates may now be seated. Professor M. Muhammaduni Elias Mustafa, Controller of Examinations, Central University of Kerala, will now present the candidates in absentia.
Chancellor Sir, on behalf of the 401 candidates who have been examined and found qualified for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Master of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Social Work, Master of Public Health, Master of Law, Master of Education, Bachelor of Arts, PG Diploma and Certificate have been permitted to receive their degrees in absentia. I pray that they may now be admitted to their respective degrees in absentia.
By virtue of the powers vested in me as the officiating Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, I hereby admit all the candidates to their respective degrees, and I charge them that ever in their life and conversation they prove themselves worthy of the same.
May I now request the Controller of Examinations, Central University of Kerala, Professor Muhammaduni Elias Mustafa, to announce the award of honorary doctorate to Srimati P.T. Usha, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Congratulations to P.T. Usha.
As recommended by the Academic Council and Executive Council, the Central University of Kerala hereby confers upon Pilavankandi Tekke Parambil Usha, endearingly called P.T. Usha, the first degree of honorary doctorate of philosophy in recognition of her exceptional accomplishment and exemplary contribution as an athlete, inspiring many people to pursue excellence in their respective fields. The honorary doctorate will be awarded in a function which will be arranged exclusively for this purpose on a later occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and congratulations to Dr. P.T. Usha. It is the prerogative of Professor Mohan A.K., Dean, School of Social Sciences, as the senior-most Dean of the Central University of Kerala, to announce the names of the candidates to be awarded PhD degrees in various disciplines. May I invite Dr. Subhas Sarkar, the Honorable Minister of State for Education, to hand over the certificates to the PhD awardees.
School of Biological Science, Ashwini P., PhD in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Kamala Kannan R., PhD in Genomic Science. Minu M. Nair, PhD in Genomic Science. Smita KV, PhD in Genomic Science. Deepa AV, PhD in Genomic Science. Shalini K, PhD in Genomic Science. Wait. Jamsil M, PhD in Genomic Science. Sabana AA, PhD in Plant Science. Shilpa P, PhD in Plant Science. Asha G, PhD in Zoology. Shrija CC, PhD in Zoology. Anupama KP, PhD in Zoology. Shilpa O, PhD in Zoology. Rajesh TP, PhD in Zoology. Roshnath R, PhD in Zoology. School of Economics, Akhil Anthony K, PhD in Economics. School of Education, Abhira CA, PhD in Education. Ashalata S, PhD in Education. Anjali Rajivan, PhD in Education. Vijila C, PhD in Education. Jijo Varghese, PhD in Education. School of Global Studies, Arun KV, PhD in International Relations. Jitish Balakrishnan, PhD in International Relations. Pooja A, PhD in International Relations. Anup PV, PhD in International Relations. Sandeep E, PhD in International Relations. School of Languages, Sharath Mariam Roy, PhD in English and Comparative Literature. Manoj Kumar, PhD in Hindi. Dilna K, PhD in Hindi. Naomi M, PhD in Hindi. Ram Yashpal, PhD in Hindi. Shilpa NP, PhD in Malayalam. School of Physical Science, Sajit NV, PhD in Chemistry. Aishwarya Purushottaman, PhD in Chemistry. Aditya V, PhD in Computer Science. Fazil OK, PhD in Computer Science. Lakshmi Priya N, PhD in Mathematics. Surya P, PhD in Mathematics. Neeli Chandran, PhD in Physics. Thomas Matthew, Thomas Matthew, PhD in Physics. Shalini MG, PhD in Physics. School of Social Sciences, Akila KP, PhD in Social Work.
Thank you, sirs. May I now invite Dr. M. Muralidharan Nambiar, Registrar, Central University of Kerala, to obtain the signature of the Honorable Vice Chancellor in the Convocation Register.
भारत के माननीय सम्माननीय अतिथि विदेश राज्य मंत्री श्री वी मुरलीधरन जी विशेष आदर के साथ दीक्षांत समारोह संदेश के लिए आमंत्रित हैं। आपका स्वागत है सर।
Dr. Subhash Sarkar, Minister of State for Education in the Government of India, my colleague in the ministry, Professor Venkateshwarlu, the Vice Chancellor of the Central University of Kerala, Deans of various schools, Heads of departments, teachers, students, non-teaching staff, parents of graduating students, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, namaskaram to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to be amongst you all today on this important occasion of your graduation. At the outset, I congratulate the graduating students for the successful completion of your studies. I appreciate the Vice Chancellor, various deans, faculties, teaching and non-teaching staff for their tremendous support to the students. I am delighted that through the motto of Amritam tu Vidya, that is, knowledge is eternal, and guided by the lofty ideals of academic and social commitment, the Central University of Kerala has been serving the educational needs of this region and producing quality and world-ready youth. My dear students, before I got into this stage, I saw the profiles of many of yours. I am happy to note that you all came out with flying colors. I see bright young minds here with full of enthusiasm who are ready to compete and conquer the world. You all are our future. Tomorrow you will be important decision makers, sports persons, academicians, politicians and leaders in every sphere of your own. You must all remember that the world today is more complex than ever. The world is fast changing. The challenges are many. However, for those who have the ability in adapting to this new world and see this as an opportunity, the possibilities are limitless. You have to be adaptive and ready to perceive the change and plan your future. As we entered the Amrit Kal, the next 25 years will be crucial in determining the path to our prosperity and sustainable future to the forthcoming generations. Your dreams and actions will determine India's trajectory. Your will and aspirations will dictate India's destiny. Your growth and success will decide India's position at the global stage. This country belongs to you. Today, the world sees India as a lighthouse of hope. India's hard-working youth is our hope. In the last 4 years, I have visited more than 40 countries, and in my meetings with the leadership in these countries, they have always inquired about our growth story amid the growing turbulence. To them, my reply was, the power and resilience of our youth, among other things, is the reason for this growth. Friends, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has a special affection for students and the youth, be it the Pariksha Pe Charcha or the Man Ki Baat. He regularly interacts with them. Honorable Prime Minister brought a crucial mindset change and introduced numerous policies. At many different events and important occasions, he has made it a point to encourage the youth to become risk takers, to become job creators, and take their destinies into their own hands. From coming up with a startup policy with Startup India, to scrapping the angel tax, to multiple tax holidays for tax startups, several initiatives have shown intent and impact. From a country having 4 unicorns in 2014 to over 130 unicorns now. From a country with only 700 government-recognized startups in 2016 to nearly 70,000 such startups in 2023. The growth of startups has been meteoric. Another major initiative was the National Education Policy 2020 under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. It has revolutionized the education system. The new education policy is a game changer, and the world is looking to follow the model. I am sure that my ministerial colleague, Shri Subhash Sarkar ji, may have more to say on NEP. My dear friends, having understood the needs of aspirational India and the demographic advantage, the government has been undertaking reforms in sectors, especially in education and entrepreneurship, to train youth to be the most suitable pool of the global workforce and make India self-reliant or Atmanirbhar. The United Nations Development Programme, in a recent study, has projected that by 2050, in the Asia Pacific, India would dominate the growth in the working age population, as over 1 billion people would be entering the workforce. In the next 20 years, it is expected that the labor force in the industrialized world would decline by 4%, but in India, it would increase by 32%. If the workforce is trained well with effective skill development programs, there would be a surplus of around 47 million skilled workforce. With this, India has the opportunity to meet the global skill demand and become the skill capital of the world. Friends, at the Ministry of External Affairs, we have been constantly pursuing and concluding the migration and mobility partnership agreements with various countries, which focus on cooperation on skills and underexplored avenues for mobility, especially of professionals and students. As on date, we have signed these agreements, the migration and mobility partnership agreements, with France, with Germany, with Portugal, UK, Japan, to name a few. We are also negotiating with countries like Finland, Denmark, and Australia to conclude the agreement at an early date. I'm also happy to inform you that we are in advanced stage of negotiations with 32 more countries. The central government promotes and facilitates migration in an organic way. We create a conducive environment for youth. Friends, we all know that Kerala has been historically a land of social reformers. This is the land of the great sage and social reformer like Sri Narayana Guru and Chattambi Swamigal, who reminded us that education could uplift the quality of the student's life and thus also of the society. Sri Narayana Guru said, Vidya Gonda Prabuddharavuka, which signifies get enlightened through education. While history speaks volumes about our education system and our enlightenment through education, what we see today in Kerala is appalling and unwelcome. As per a recent article in the Economic and Political Weekly early this year, 2 out of 3 youngsters in Kerala wish to migrate abroad for a job and related activities. They are ready to go anywhere in search of opportunities. And interestingly, students are now moving from Kerala to some unexpected places, like which includes Mexico, Iceland, Vietnam, Kyrgyzstan, Barbados, Slovakia, Slovenia, such countries. The article further mentions that the leading causes for leaving Kerala are the outdated curricula, lack of skill formation, not getting suitable jobs, inadequate research conditions in higher education institutions, and infrastructural problems in higher education. The figures really moved me and made me think how our education system in Kerala has been degraded by the state government's policies of the last many years. I am not against students going abroad for jobs, but enough opportunities should be created in the state so as to retain the talents. And choice should be given to youth. There is a huge gap here. Here comes the important role of central universities and central institutions to fill the gap, to ensure that our youth get quality and right education and right skilling. Friends, this year assumes special significance as we took the baton of G20 presidency. India's G20 presidency aims to be a presidency of healing, harmony, and hope. At this time of disruption, Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has called for a new paradigm of human-centric globalization. Our presidency's theme of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future, affirms the value of universal brotherhood and the dignity and interconnectedness of all forms of life. As guided by Prime Minister Modi ji, we should not just limit India's G20 presidency to isolated discussions among world leaders, but to make it a G20, a people's G20, a mass movement is required. I seek your support and the novelty of your ideas to inject youthful dynamism to our presidency's G20 agenda. I must also take this opportunity to appreciate the Vice Chancellor and the university for organizing the recent program on G20 in this university itself. Why we highly value the perspectives of the youth, and it will be our constant effort to ensure that our ideas, that your ideas are taken to the global audience. In conclusion, I once again congratulate the students for passing out in flying colors and appreciate the Vice Chancellor, Deans, and the university for the successful conduct of this convocation. Let me, my dear friends, conclude with the verse from the Taittiriya Upanishad, which was the advice given by our teachers in the ancient times to the students who came out after their education. And they said, Satyam Vada, dharmam chara, swadhyayam na pramada. That is, speak the truth, abide by your dharma, and never be idle in your studies. That's the crux and content of any convocation speech. With these words, let me conclude. Namaskaram to all of you. Namaskaram.
आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद माननीय। कार्यक्रम में पधारे विशिष्ट अतिथि भारत के शिक्षा मंत्री डॉक्टर सुभाष सरकार जी को संबोधन व संदेश के लिए मंच पर आमंत्रित करती हूं। डॉक्टर सुभाष सरकार जी, आपका स्वागत है।
इंगाने इरी कुन्नु എല്ലാവർക്കും Kurum Jari. This is from Manipur. Namaskar. This is from West Bengal. Namaste. Khamma Ghani from Rajasthan. Sat Sri Akal from Punjab. Vanakkam. Namaskaram. Warm greetings to all. Sri V. Muralidharan, our Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs. Professor H. Venkateshwaralu, Honorable Vice Chancellor, CUK. Dr. Muralidharan Nambiar, the Registrar, CUK. Professor A.M. Mustafa, Controller of Examination, CUK. I would like to have a clarion call for all students. Please put a clarion clap of your hands for all of them. Distinguished guests, member of the Senate, staff members, professors, non-teaching staff of the Institute, graduating students and postgraduate and PhD awardees, and all their family members and friends from the media. It's my pleasure to be present on the occasion. Just a second, please. It's my pleasure to be present on the occasion of the 6th annual convocation of the Central University of Kerala. Yes, Kerala is the land of an equable climate, serene beaches, beautiful stretches of backwaters, lush hill stations, and rich culture that is festooned with dances, festivals, cuisine, literature, Ayurveda therapies, and art and craft. It always gives me a feeling of joy and an immense pleasure to address the convocation ceremonies, where I get the young chaps like you. I am happy to be present amongst the enthusiastic graduating future of the nation. As you all are going to enter a new phase of your life, I would like to share a quote by Pujya Swami Vivekananda ji. Work purifies the heart and so leads to Vidya, wisdom. Virtuous deeds take off the veil from knowledge, and knowledge alone can make us see God. Dear students, education is the key to opening the doors of a successful life in any society. The motto of this university, Amritam tu Vidya, means knowledge is eternal, a verse from Kathopanishad. Dear all, it is well documented that Vedas, Vedangas, Upanishads, Smritis, Shastras, epics of Ramayana and Mahabharata, treatises in various philosophical school and practical disciplines like yoga, Ayurveda and many others were well developed in ancient India. The scriptures help one to evolve in one's life. These texts have immense wisdom and insights which are very relevant in modern times as well. Dear all, knowledge has the power to sanctify, to elevate, to liberate, and to unite a person with divinity. For the upliftment of any individual, his roots must be strong. And to conserve these roots, one should know about the traditional Indian knowledge system. Dear all, Bharat is a country that has a long, rich and prosperous history of diverse traditions and institutions of knowledge. The great treasure preserved in numerous texts and practices is unique in its scope as it addresses life's goal at physical, social and spiritual level of existence. The great saint and social reformer from Kerala, Sri Narayana Guru, advised people to Vidya Kundu Prabhudhar Akuvin, which means that be enlightened through being educated. Dear students, as the world we are living in is undergoing fast changes, continuous education becomes important to keep you on the trajectory of success. Yes, I would like to share a historical incident with you all. It is the story of the discovery of penicillin. Penicillin was first discovered in 1928 and is now the most widely used antibiotic in the world, and its derivative has come, so many derivatives. Yes, Dr. Alexander Fleming, the bacteriologist on duty at St. Mary's Hospital, returned from a summer vacation in Scotland to find a messy lab bench or slab and something more. It all started with a mold that developed on a Staphylococcus culture plate. Upon examinations of the mold, he noticed that it seemed to prevent the bacteria around it from growing. He soon identified that the mold produced a self-defense chemical that could kill bacteria. He named the substance penicillin. Dear students, that's why I'm telling, the presence of mind is a natural gift. Nevertheless, a person who has developed his powers of thought through education is more likely to act in hardship with wisdom. The central government has worked tirelessly for the improvement of the education sector in the state, both at the school level and higher education level. The National Education Policy 2020 in India is a comprehensive policy that aims to overhaul the education system in the country. My dear young graduates, in one of his address, our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji said, the new national education policy prepares the youth of India for the new century. ताली तो होना चाहिए ना? Dear all, the national education policy envisages improving the quality of education in India and to make it more inclusive, accessible and equitable for all students. The National Education Policy 2020 advocates the creation of futuristic knowledge system based on ancient Indian traditions, rich cultural heritage and also the present wisdom. Also the aims for the holistic development of skill sets and competencies required for a sustainable world. The policy also aims to align the education system with the needs of the 21st century and to make India a global leader in education. Along with this, every aspect like vocational studies, skill development, research management and talent development has been raised in this policy, incorporating Indian values like character building to nation building, which will help our next generation and our students to become better human beings. As we celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the NEP 2020 will be the guiding philosophy that will nurture, inspire, influence and groom children who today falls between the age of 5 and 15 years. The same category of impressionable and valuable human resources will be the peak productive age of between 30 and 40 years when India hits the mark of 100 years of independence. The policy implementation will help our institution to impart knowledge and enable our students to actively participate in the process of nation building. Dear all, our government is committed to create a mechanism of various systems, processes and policies aimed at developing a self-reliant India. My dear young graduates, in one of his addresses, our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji said, our startups are changing the rules of the game. That's why I believe startups are going to be the backbone of new India. And I hope the students who has taken the award of degree, they will make many startups in India. Following the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, the government has supported the establishment of new startups both in the software sector and also the manufacturing sector, which gives a rising call for these students. Dear students, as you all know, India is rapidly moving towards the path of development. I believe that the passion for innovation must become part of our learning system. We can achieve the spirit of innovation by teaching our future generations about the importance of innovation, especially the efforts made by these startups. My dear friends, as we move into the next decade, India faces substantial challenges in ensuring that our students possess the necessary skills to deal with the new and upcoming subjects. Students have to ensure that they keep track of the latest developments in new areas which have recently come up for discussion but may be relevant in the future years. I would like to highlight some of the good practices adopted by the Central University of Kerala. They have initiated the management of degradable and non-degradable wastes. The Green Campus Initiative, which has energy-efficient lamps and electric scooters on campus for transport. The university has a well-defined gender policy and organized 43 programs to promote gender equity. IEEE, that is Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, Women in Engineering Group, started at the Central University of Kerala. Dear friends, you all are aware that our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, has appealed to avoid single-use plastic. Therefore, I urge all the higher education institutions to make their campus a single-use plastic-free zones. You will do? Okay. I am sure that the Central University of Kerala will continue to carry forward its work and will play a vital role on the growth and development of our nation, that's our Bharat. I would also share that it is a moment to pride that India holds the presidency of the G20. The theme of India's G20 presidency is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is one earth, one family, one future. I would urge you all to celebrate the unification of mankind led by India with great enthusiasm. I would also take the opportunity to congratulate Pilavulla Kandi Thikka Varamil Usha, that's P.T. Usha, the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, for being honored with the honorary doctorate by the Central University of Kerala. She is one of the greatest athletes, often called the country's queen of track and field, or the Paoli Express. Paoli Express. She has performed at track and field events of international levels and won 23 medals in all, 14 of which were gold. Indeed, she is an inspiration for the youth. Dear students, as you step forward in your life, you have just begun your journey towards the new world. For the upliftment of any individual, it is essential that one's roots should be strong. Education is the lamp that can spread the light of evolution in any space and brighten the future of the nation. So take the chance and work hard for your goals. I hope that our future generation will dream more and achieve more and lead India towards prosperity and global leadership. Yes, all the awardees, I would like to share my thought before conclusion of my speech, that in our national education policy, the inner soul of the national education policy is the holistic education. And if you would like to understand the holistic education, then you have to think how you have come to this place, this University of Kerala, by who has helped you. Definitely, you could remember your parents. Is it so? Have you got the help of your parents? Tell, you give a sound. Oh, I will understand. You are telling yes. Is it with the help of your parents? Yes. And your earlier education institutions? You should tell whether it is yes or no. If you would like to tell yes, the sound should be oh. Yes. And all other the social worker, starting from the farmers who has produced food for you, whether you have got the help from them, sound should be more. And the water, air and soil of this country. Whenever we get help from others, and if we get a chance to give it back, we should do or not? We should do or not? Yes, we should pay it back to our parents, to our society, to our alma mater, to the country. This is the holistic education. Would you like to give it back? This is holistic education. If we would like to give it, then we can be a successful human beings. And definitely for that, you do not require, you will not suffer your expenses. Whatever expenses will give for that, God will give 10 times of that. And this understanding is the holistic education. Am I right? I would like to conclude my words by quoting the father of Indian space program, Sri Bikram Sarabhai ji. He who can listen to the music in the midst of noise can achieve great things. In the midst of noise, you have to find the music and you can achieve many things. Thank you all. Bharat Mata ki Jai.
धन्यवाद सर, आपके भिन्न भाषाओं के नमस्कार और आपके शुभ वचनों से हम अभिभूत हुए हैं। धन्यवाद, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आगे माननीय कुलपति महोदय से निवेदन करती हूं कि भारत के माननीय शिक्षा मंत्री डॉक्टर सुभाष सरकार जी को विश्वविद्यालय की ओर से स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट करें। कृपया स्मृति चिन्ह के लिए आगे आएं। धन्यवाद सर। आगे आदरणीय कुलपति महोदय से अनुरोध है कि माननीय श्री वी मुरलीधरन जी विदेश राज्य मंत्री को स्मृति चिन्ह से नवाजें। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
May I now invite Professor Mohammeduni Elias Mustafa, Controller of Examinations, Central University of Kerala to propose the vote of thanks.
The most distinguished chief guest, Honorable Minister of Education, Dr. Subhash Sarkarji, Honorable Guest of Honor, Minister of State of Parliamentary Affairs and External Ministry, Shri V. Muralidharanji sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor H. Venkateswarlu sir, respected Registrar, Deans, Executive Council members, Academic Council members, court members, faculty and non-teaching staff, awardees, parents, and all the invited guests. Very good morning to one and all. Vote of thanks is not a simple exercise of words, but it comes from the heart. Today, indeed, a significant day for CU Kerala. This grandeur event will be a milestone in the history of Central University of Kerala. Central University is presenting proudly the 1,947 graduates and postgraduates to the society, internalizing the virtue, the vision of the university to serve the people as strictly pointed out by both the ministers on the function. So my request, humble request on behalf of the university is to all the graduates to uphold the vision of the university. With this message, let me move to my responsibility. Honorable Minister, the chief guest of the day, made a wonderful convocation speech, and you have enjoyed. Take note of all the spirit of that convocation spirit. Sir, on behalf of the entire community here, we acknowledge and we express our sincere gratitude for the effort you have taken for mentoring us, guiding us. We request you the same in due course of time also. Thank you, sir. Shri V. Muralidharanji, the Honorable Minister, he is a mentor of the university. He has been carrying the university, intervening the university for if any kind of progress happen, his scaffolding is there in always with us. Sir, for the wonderful speech and for the hectic effort you have taken on behalf of this august audience and on behalf of the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, I express my sincere gratitude to you, sir. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor H. Venkateswarlu sir. My dear graduate, you might have witnessed the fragrance, the joy, the ambience of the university while coming over here. An academic leader, our mentor, a true dynamic, demonstrative leader, our Vice Chancellor, sir. No need to explain because he was very keen at micro level, macro level, to the every aspect of this function. 7 hours, 7 into 24 hours, he has been there in all and he continues till all the aspects. Sir, we induct you on behalf of this meeting. I express my sincere gratitude to you. The deans of various schools of the faculty, they are the chariots of the academic discourse of the university. Thank you very much. On behalf of this convocation, I express my sincere gratitude to you. The academic council members, the distinguished guests, and all the committee members who had tirelessly worked for the success of this program need special attention. Our security staff, then volunteers, all the committees, she worked a lot. A special mentioning about my examination section. So they had been tirelessly working for finishing the 2 years, consecutive 2 years work, and I express my sincere gratitude and I hold you on my heart. This is a word I have to tell you. And last but not the least, see the graduate who came over from different parts of the country to receive this award. And we acknowledge you and we conceive you as the ambassadors of this university. Friends, when you back to the department, just have a look on the portraits, on the corridors, there will be a board, the core values of the university. That picture is the idea and brainchild of and the demonstrative work of our Honorable Vice Chancellor. I must say, uphold that core values of the university, spread the message, and may God bless you. My special note to the media persons and the public relations officers of us. So thank you very much. Thank you for all the effort you had given to the university for making this ceremony a grand success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. M. Muralidharan Nambiar, Registrar, Central University of Kerala, to declare, with the permission of the officiating Chancellor, the closing of the 6th convocation.
I hereby declare the 6th convocation of the Central University of Kerala closed.
केरल केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय का छठा दीक्षांत समारोह यहाँ संपन्न होता है। राष्ट्रगान के सम्मान में सब अपने स्थान पर खड़े हों।
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा, तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा, जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
I request the audience to remain standing. The academic procession will return now in the reverse order.
अकादमिक शोभा यात्रा अब उल्टे क्रम में लौटेगी।
we, the Central University of Kerala Fraternity, place on record our infinite gratitude to the Honorable Minister of State for Education, Dr. Subhash Sarkar, and the Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs, Sri V. Muralidharan.